Hey YouTube, it's Seth here, and today I'm reviewing this month's February Golden Gift Boxes. Well, we've got about 10 brand new ones, and about 30 returning in all of them. A few of them are missing, but I'm going to review a few items which I think you should definitely check out. As of right now, the Ultimate Dragon Scythe of Elements from Dragon Fable isn't available, and I'll probably make a separate video for it as soon as it comes out, which ought to be by today or tomorrow at most. So Rares probably has the better of all the items as far as I can tell, but yeah, lots of spears. You've got Reavers from Nulgath, or a single Reaver. You've got Human Fisher, Monolith Mace and all coming back. And as for ultra rare, you've got the Paragon Plate, Warlord of Nulgath, amongst other things like you've got the white Splinter tether staff, which is a harm weapon for mages. You've got katanas that are more accurate, dragon cleavers, which get an accuracy boost against dragons, and lucky cleaver, which is the Celtic cleaver from Epic Duel. It technically boosts your lucky strike rate. Nothing that fancy, but let's get down to the reviews. On number 5, we've got, well, this is not exactly a new item, it's Gandalfin, but it just gets better the more I use it, because who doesn't like conserving their HP? If you're a hybrid or a mage, this is something you definitely have to pick up. And it doesn't even cost you a turn, unlike the other versions of this chi shield. You've got Flamestop Warhammer, which gives a pretty, well, it's not that great, and you've got the Heavy Gunner from the Warp Force Wars, which in fact takes a turn, but this one, you need a bit of setup. You need General's Robes, you need the Celtic Wheeled Shield, and a Spell Booster, and you can get a chi shield of 700 HP with a efficiency of about 80%, or in case you're really lucky with a lucky strike, it can go down to 0.4. Now, Reaver of Nulgath. Keep in mind this is a single one, so it's not two of them, but I personally like it. This is great in case you're a Beastmaster and you like using spears or scythes or whatever that thing is. And it has a chance of doing more damage, but it doesn't occur as often, so I'm guessing it's about 25% of doing 25 or something like that. And it has a special about 20% proc rate, but I'm going to let it go because it's decent, and for some reason it does a fair bit of damage, at least for me. And come on, it looks amazing. I mean, that big spear is something you definitely want, and we have a lack of spears for offensive users in general. The only other item being Twilight's Dread, I believe. So in case you're a Spearmaster, this is something you definitely need to check out. Now, coming to number 3, this is something which I'm kind of disappointed about, to be fair. I mean, I expected an ice armor, but sadly it's pure darkness. That being said, the stats are pretty fantastic. 55 combat defenses across the board, 39% to darkness, and technically it's a clone of Nulgath, except its ability is a bit different. Now, this is a fully offensive armor. However, unlike the other ones you've got, like Nulgath's got a standard 5% boost. Predatory Vampire form gets a health HP to 25% damage boost. This one, on the other hand, is a lot more stable. It works like the zombie axe that came out a couple of Frostwars ago. So you have to beat monsters that are about your level, give or take, or strong boss monsters basically, and for that you get a damage boost, which will stay there until you log out. So you can get a maximum of 10% to your normal attacks, and well, it stays right through every single battle until you log out, which is great, fantastic. and it looks quite good in AQ compared to AQ World, in fact, in my opinion. However, I do want the helmet because that's one of the most amazing things about the whole set, and the cape, of course, but sadly we don't have it. I wouldn't be surprised if the AQ staff decided to release a Dage helm for or a face for his birthday, but I'm not counting on it. Still, in case you lack a darkness armor, a pure darkness armor, this is something you really want to check out. While I'm not really fond of the resistances, the combat defenses along with its ability make this pretty high up on my list, and it's better than the actual than Warlord of Nulgath, at least in my opinion, because that one has a poison which isn't really that great. Statuses in this game are really weak, to be fairly honest. Now, coming to number 2, we have probably one of the most promising items for mages so far, which is the Void Splinter Tether Staff. Well, I tether my Wi-Fi. Unrelated. What this does is, for 55 HP at level 150, you can deal harm damage. Now, there's one drawback to this weapon. It's 20% proc rate, which isn't that great when it comes to fully offensive armors. However, the special also deals harm damage when you pay the SP cost, which sort of... Well, you're mainly going to use this weapon when you're facing monsters with really low resistances, so having a special occur at that point of time is probably a good idea. And on its own, it's got a pretty good special. You'll probably see later on in this video, I deal some pretty good damage when I use that weapon. Now, it's something you definitely need to pick up if you're a mage, because mages have it really hard when it comes to low resistance monsters in the first place, and even armor skills boosted by polar isn't that good a thing. So in case you have a free ultra rare box, this is something you need to try out. Now, coming to the last and probably my favorite item from this batch is the Human Fisher. It's the armor that comes in the rare box and looks like a Ben 10 character, to be fairly honest. Still, I'm not complaining. It's got an armor skill which is dependent on your element, and it's very cheap, 88 SP if you're a warrior, and 167 in case you're a mage, which is pretty fantastic. It's fully offensive, has great blocking, 39% to water, and personally, in my opinion, it's much better compared to what was it called again? Yeah, the Fruitcake Berserker, which is too much dependent on paralysis. So if you've got a spare box, this is something you definitely need to pick up. Well, that's about for this video. I will review the Scythe and Warlord sometime later when I get them, and well, be sure to leave your comments in the section below, and thanks for watching.